Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be taking you along with us on our wedding week down in the Florida Keys. We started our trip on Thursday in Isla Mirada. We were able to sit down and have some lunch with some family at this restaurant called Island Grill. We had some blackened snapper tacos that were so good and with a great start to a great week in the Florida Keys. On Friday, we got our wedding party together at the venue, Isla Mirada Fish Company. It is a gorgeous venue right on the water. You're able to watch the sunset. So we were able to show our family the venue that we've been talking about for over a year now. And this is also the first time that we've had both of our families all together at one place and at one time. It was so nice to be able to have everybody practice their parts and be able to envision how the day is going to go. And of course, the Flower Girls absolutely killed their part. After rehearsal at our wedding venue, we headed over to this restaurant called Market 88. It's right on the water, perfect sunset view, and a beautiful venue for everybody to meet up and hang out and have some really good food. We were able to take the kids down by the water to get some sand on their toes. It was so surreal having both of our families in the same place at one time, especially at this beautiful location down in the Florida Keys. It was an absolute dream and definitely one of my top core memories now. Well, while we were at dinner, my cousin's husband had a great idea for the guys to go jet skiing in the morning. Perfect way to get some stress off their backs since we have the wedding in the morning. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a little nervous. I had never seen Freddie on a jet ski, and honestly the sound of a bunch of guys riding jet skis together the day of the wedding sounded a little scary to me. My sister-in-law decided to go ahead and join the boys to babysit just a little bit, but they had a great time. Freddie took along his best man, my brother, and his wife, my cousin's husband, and our videographer even asked if he could join along to get some awesome footage for our wedding film. What a great way to relieve some stress on your wedding day, right? Our wedding ceremony started at 4 p.m., right when the sun starts going down. We were able to dance and have dinner as the sun was setting, and it was the most beautiful day to remember. Surrounded by our closest family and friends, we had no more than 40 people at our wedding, and it was the most intimate day I could ask for our wedding day. And our families absolutely showed out when it came to get on that dance floor. Wish I could relive this day 10 times over. Once everybody was well rested from that crazy wedding day, we met up at Robbie's on Sunday. Robbie's is in Isla Mirada. It's this really cool place that lets you feed the tarpon. There's a bunch of other souvenirs and games, a little water area where you can hang out, but the best part is being able to feed the tarpon. I spent so much time here as a kid, and when I was little, you were able to dangle your fish over the water and the tarpon would jump up and sometimes even bite people's arms. This was a great experience, and it was so nice being able to bring my kids to a place where I spent a lot of time as a kid as well. The tarpon are so big, and the kids were just giggling every time they jumped out of the water. After we left Robbie's, Freddie and I checked into our next Airbnb. We booked a few just so we could get a little bit of different experience throughout our trip since we were staying a week, and finally get to spend some alone time together as newlyweds. Being newlyweds with 2 kids is a little tough, but you know what? I wouldn't trade it for anything. I love being able to grow in them. On Monday, we were able to take the boat out on our first boat ride down in the Keys. My dad brought his boat down from our hometown in Vero Beach, which is on the east coast of Florida, and we were able to get Freddie's parents on the boat for the first time. We took a 20-minute boat ride to Alligator Reef, which is this beautiful, huge lighthouse in the middle of the water. It's surrounded by reefs that you can dive down to or snorkel around, and the water is beautiful blue, crystal clear. You can see right through it down to the ocean floor. We're able to peep on some schools of fish and even a sea turtle. It was absolutely beautiful. We even got to jump in, and the kids jumped in right behind us. It was a perfect day on the water. When we got back from our boat ride, we hung out on the dock at my dad's Airbnb. It was this beautiful Airbnb that he was able to dock his boat at, and we could just hang our feet off and watch the fish right below us. My dad and Maree were trying to catch this little fish over the dock for the longest time, but every time Maree had the slightest move, the fish saw his shadow and would run away. But it was really fun to be able to watch him try to catch the fish. Around dinner time, Freddie and I were able to sneak away and head to this restaurant called Lorelei. It is right on the water with the most perfect view of the sunset and some delicious food. We started off with fish dip. Ooh, when I tell you, and I am still thinking of this fish dip today, I would drive to the Florida Keys right now just to get some fish dip. Freddie had some delicious sirloin burgers or sirloin sliders, and I munched on some crab legs, which are my favorite. We're so close to the water, it was splashing my legs every few minutes, but I did not mind at all. It was cooling me down. On Tuesday, we took another boat ride with my sister and her family and all of the cousins. My nieces are 6 years old, they are twins, and they are the bestest friends to Anaya and Maree, and I absolutely adore watching them play together. And them make these core memories together. It just makes my heart so happy. I hope they can talk about this trip when they get older. So we got off the boat and got back to the Airbnb. The kids hung out in the pool. My dad's wife cooked some amazing food for all of us to munch on while we were hanging by the pool. After we were done recharging, we went back to the jet ski place, and this time I got to go. We took along my sister and my brother-in-law, and let me tell you, we had a time. My sister and I looked at each other and said, "Dad has to get jet skis now." We had a blast. Everyone got their own jet skis, so we had plenty of space to ride around, catch some speed, do some donuts. It was a beautiful day. The water was so clear, and I was so happy I was able to get on a jet ski. This is my first time. I was a little scared at first. I would not go over 30 miles per hour, but once I got the hang of it, I was speeding everywhere. Guide took us to the toilet bowls, which if you've never been to the Florida Keys, there's this channel that was created back in the day. It has some history. I'm not 100% sure on the history, but people come and they drill toilet bowls to these PVC poles, and it marks the channel that you can cross through that decorate them with anniversaries, birthdays, or just fun little toilet bowls. Some even have QR codes that you could scan. About 30 minutes into our jet ski ride, we ran into this small group of dolphins. They were so beautiful and following us as we were leaving out of the channel. It was a perfect end to our jet ski ride. Once we were washed up from our jet skis, we got dressed up and went to dinner at Lorelei again with my sister and my brother-in-law. We don't get to spend a ton of time together since we both have kids and we both live in 2 different states. It was so nice to finally have some alone time with them and be able to sit back and enjoy some drinks while we watched the sunset. We couldn't ask for a better wedding week, being able to spend time with our closest family and closest friends and finally have everybody together in one place, and especially down in the Florida Keys. Our wedding week will always be one to remember and have plenty of memories to look back on. Hope you enjoyed coming along with us for our wedding week vlog. Make sure you like this video, leave a comment, and send to your friends. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our next video, as we're constantly going on adventures with this crazy family. Thanks for watching.